Well, first today, it is finally here. Mobile Mardi Gras rolling out tonight. We're telling you what you need to know before the boom boom.
An extreme cold kicks in late tonight. It'll be with us through the weekend. Look at the timing and I'll tell you how cold it's going to be in your forecast.
Yeah, Jason, those cold temps hitting not just here, but across the nation. It's a weather weekend sequel for parts of the southeast. We're taking a look at how people are hunkering down.
First on the Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather. Fox 10 News starts now.
Well, hi there. We have made it to the weekend. I'm Shelby Myers in today for Lenise Lagon. Thank you for watching Fox 10 News at 4. Well, despite chilly weather heading our way, it is not stopping revelers gearing up to roll out tonight for the first night of Mardi Gras. The Conde Cavaliers roll out at 6:30 in downtown Mobile, and that's where we find our Natalie Williamson right now as preps are underway. People are getting ready. Natalie, tell us what's going on behind you now. Anything?
Well, nothing behind me right now, Shelby, but I can tell you we have a lot of traffic pulling around our area. As you can see, we're actually right beside what's going to be the Mobile Civic Center. The Conde Cavaliers should be pulling up their floats to park here just, I would say, in the next hour or so. So we're going to hang out here, see if we can get our first look at those floats coming by. Right now, even when Hayden and I were riding downtown, we saw a lot of cars driving around, a lot of traffic, not only for the Conde Cavaliers, but also the Senior Bowl that is going to be taking place tomorrow. But tonight, some of those players are going to be taking part in that Senior Bowl parade that starts at 6 o'clock, just before the Conde Cavaliers. That'll give people a chance to check out some of their favorite players that are going to be walking a route there, and then come back right to see the Conde Cavaliers take off at 6:30. It is going to be a cold night. If you or anybody else that you know is going to be coming downtown, bundle up. Hayden told me he's wearing 4 layers. I'm probably going to add a couple more layers. It's feeling pretty good right now. Of course, we got that sun out. Wind's starting to pick up just a little bit. We actually see some people. I'm going to see if Hayden can pan over there. People are actually carrying a little, looks like a little buggy of some sort. That way they can put all of their throws inside there. That's actually a smart thing to do. I might have to take that for myself when I come down to another parade. But we are looking forward to this tonight. It's going to be the first parade of the 2026 year. I actually spoke to someone with the Conde Cavaliers earlier. You'll be able to see what they had to say about how long it took to prep and what they're most excited about tonight at Fox 10 News at 9. We'll catch you at 5 o'clock in hopes that we see some of these floats pull up behind me. Live in Mobile, Natalie Williamson, Fox 10 News.
All right, Natalie, stay warm for now. And several people are making use of Amtrak's Mardi Gras service to get to downtown Mobile for the first night of Mardi Gras tonight. The train runs twice a day from Mobile to New Orleans with 4 stops in Bay St. Louis, Gulfport, Biloxi, and Pascagoula. The first train into Mobile arrived around 11:15 this morning. It was full of people ready to check out Mardi Gras. The whole route takes a little more than 3.5 hours, and some passengers we spoke to say it was a stress-free way just to make it into the port city.
It was wonderful. You didn't have to drive. You didn't have to worry about traffic. You just get on and ride. They had good food. We enjoyed it. It was great.
I love the positivity there. Coming up at 5, you're going to hear more about what passengers had to say about the first Mardi Gras train ride in more than 20 years. How fun is that? For gold and purple no parking signs, parking restrictions are in effect 2 hours before, during, and after every parade. Violators, you see it there. We see it every year. You will be towed. Towed vehicles go to the temporary impound lot under the I-10 overpass. It's on Water Street. That lot closes at 10 p.m. every parade day, and when it closes, towed vehicles will be moved to the permanent impound lot on Virginia Street. Mardi Gras parades in Mobile getting more accessible for everyone. The City of Mobile is teaming up with the nonprofit Special Needs Assistance Station for You, or SNASY as it's called. And they are offering reserved parking and rest stations for individuals with special needs and their families. A climate-controlled tent with seating and refreshments will also be on site. Free reserved parking is available at Fort Conde with pre-registration. So for more information about these services, you can head to our website, fox10tv.com. All right, the forecast, of course, is ever so important tonight on this first night of Mardi Gras. We take a live look outside, some overcast skies out there. But again, as Natalie said, it's not been super cold right now. Despite that blustery weather coming later, though, people, they're still going to go to Mardi Gras. I've spoke to a few of them. They're like, rain or shine, we'll just layer up. Doesn't matter how cold it is. We are going. Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith is here to talk about just how cold it's going to get, not only tonight, but through the whole weekend.
Yeah, I think tonight's parades will probably be okay. It'll be chilly and breezy, but tomorrow, day parades and night parades are going to be some of the coldest Mardi Gras parades I think I can remember doing weather here for about 26 years. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, it's going to be cold.
Statement.
Very, very cold weather for the weekend. We have an extreme cold warning. Hard freeze conditions are expected with wind chills below 10, especially tomorrow night. But even late tonight, the inland areas may see some single-digit wind chills. It's going to happen really quickly. We'll be at about 50 degrees at 7 o'clock tonight, which is not bad. But by daybreak tomorrow morning, 25 degrees with that wind chill. And let's look at tonight's parade first. The Condies, 49 degrees. It will be getting windy, and it gets cold late. So if you're planning on going to the parade, maybe doing something after, just know the temperatures are going to be dropping fast into the overnight hours. Here's what we're seeing around parade time, upper 40s, but say around 10 o'clock, winds out of the north in 41. It will be substantially colder late into the night and freezing by the morning. Here is the prediction for first thing tomorrow morning, right near 20 Groveville, Monroeville, 24 in Leakesville, 26 in Mobile, 29 in Pensacola. This is not the coldest morning of the weekend, but it may feel almost as cold because there's going to be a lot of wind with this. We have a wind advisory in effect. Let's look at wind chill values for tomorrow morning. Single-digit wind chills, 3 for a wind chill in Grove Hill, 10 in Mobile, 12 in Pensacola. It will be windy. We'll break down your complete outlook. We'll talk about the lows for Saturday night coming up.
All right, Jason, thank you. In a weekend weather sequel, a powerful bomb cyclone is endangering parts of the southeast and mid-Atlantic. The rapidly strengthening winter storm set to deliver unusual amounts of snow, damaging winds, and some coastal flooding that could be very dangerous too. More than 28 million people are under these winter storm watches and warnings, with many of our areas, or the areas I should say, still recovering from the deadly winter storm just a week ago. The most impactful snowfall is expected across central and eastern North Carolina and central and northeast South Carolina into southern Virginia. Crews along the coast working now to prepare for the system, pre-treating roads and warning residents.
NCDOT crews have been working in shifts around the clock on de-icing operations to clear the roadways from what's left from the past weekend storm and anti-icing operations to prepare for the roads for the coming weather.
And in Georgia, declaring a state of emergency as well. Some portions expecting 2 to 4 inches of snow there. Lawmakers only have a few hours left to avert a partial government shutdown, and success is looking unlikely. Reporter Molly Martinez explains why.
A blanket of ice is causing a whole bunch of problems for D.C. drivers right now. But inside the Capitol, funding for ICE is causing a different kind of gridlock.
If Republicans are serious about the very reasonable demands Democrats have put forward on ICE, then there is no good reason we can't come together very quickly to produce legislation.
Democrats were able to pry loose one of the 6 spending bills that allocated $64 billion for the Department of Homeland Security, with $10 billion earmarked for ICE. They agreed to table the bill and pass the other 5 separately to avoid a shutdown. But Senator Lindsey Graham decided to throw up his own last-minute roadblock.
If you think I'm going to give up on this, you really don't know me.
He's demanding the spending package include legislation that addresses sanctuary cities and the DOJ's search of lawmakers' phones in relation to Jack Smith's investigation into President Trump.
I've been told the White House doesn't like this. And I told the White House last night, I don't care if you like it or not. I don't work for the White House.
Even if the Senate does manage to strike a deal, it still has to go back to the House for final approval. And the House is out until Monday, making this partial shutdown at midnight extremely likely. Outside the Capitol, I'm Molly Martinez.
Today we are producing more than 3 million pages, including more than 2,000 videos and 180,000 images. in total, we didn't protect or not protect anybody. I mean, I think that there's a hunger or a thirst for information that I do not think will be satisfied by the review of these documents. And there's nothing I can do about that.
Well, you heard it there. The Department of Justice says it's releasing millions of pages from its Jeffrey Epstein files. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche said the Justice Department was being compliant and transparent as it relates to the Epstein Files Transparency Act and denied that the DOJ was protecting President Trump. It's not clear whether the release of documents will end the public outcry from critics who have said the DOJ and Attorney General Pam Bondi herself did not follow through on their promise for transparency related to the probe into Epstein's alleged sex trafficking of underage girls.
Let me be very clear. The DOJ, when they were recklessly releasing these documents, there were several victims that were not redacted. And you want to preach about transparency? Perhaps you were being, to me, it's deliberate. I mean, I don't know how anybody can look at this and not see the way in which they're releasing information is deliberate. It's retribution in my eyes.
Tens of thousands of pages related to the Epstein files released just before the holidays, but many were heavily redacted or already public. Epstein was found dead in his cell by suicide in 2019. Now turning to Alabama politics, an unusual debate took place in Alabama's House of Representatives over a bill that would ban smoking or vaping marijuana in a vehicle with children. The bill passed, but not after intense debate between the bill's sponsor, a Democrat, and other Democratic caucus members. Alabama political correspondent Jessica Umbro has more from why the bill has split reaction from Democrats.
Republicans were pretty united behind passing House Bill 72, but a lot of the time on the floor for debate was spent with sponsor Representative Patrick Sellers, a Democrat, debating his fellow caucus members about this bill.
The bill would ban anyone, regardless of age, from smoking or vaping marijuana in a vehicle when a child, or as the bill defines it, anyone under 19 years old is in the vehicle. That would be a Class A misdemeanor or up to a year behind bars if violated. But the bill also requires mandated reporters, such as teachers, to report to the Department of Human Resources when a child smells like marijuana. Representative Sellers says the bill is about protecting children, but fellow Democratic Representative Wandalyn Gavan says she's for the rule of law. However, says the bill could be harmful for some.
The effects of secondhand marijuana smoke on children, it goes deeper than what people think. So there are effects of it, and we see it within our children, in their behaviors, in their ability to learn and to grow, in their brain development. And so it's important to make sure that we protect every child.
Not one Democrat supported this bill, not one. This is very telling. And it's very unfortunate. And it is because of all of the issues socially, that plague those individuals of color.
Out of the Democratic caucus, 5 members voted yes, 15 abstained. 7, including sponsor Patrick Sellers, didn't vote on the bill, and 2 outright voted no. It's an unusual amount of voting variety for a single party. Jessica Umbro, Fox 10 News.
Well, if the bill gets the governor's signature, it would take effect October 1st. But now it moves on to the Senate chamber.
All right, outside right now, we've got a lot of cars on the roads, and we are seeing dry roadways, which is good. We've got a lot of cold air coming in tonight, so we'll be glad to be not seeing the wintry precipitation in our area, just cold. And a crosswind will be expected, which could affect travel. It's going to be very windy tomorrow. Winds could gust to about 45 miles an hour. We do see a slowdown on the I-10 Bayway going eastbound. You can see how things are slowing down towards Baldwin County. So definitely slowing down some here on I-10 eastbound. Westbound looks okay. We do have some issues here with parades starting to get the barricades set up, that kind of a thing. So watch out for the parade route. It's Mardi Gras, and we'll be seeing that a lot in the coming days and weeks. Looking at what's happening for the Eastern Shore, no big problems. And over to Pensacola, a little slow on I-10 westbound here. A lot of the in-town streets just dealing with the hustle and bustle of a Friday afternoon. So active traffic. I'll have your forecast. We'll talk about cold temperatures coming up.
All right, Jason, thank you. Well, still ahead on Fox 10 News at 4, the world is responding as we say goodbye to a legend. We're saddened to report the passing of an Emmy Award-winning actress, Catherine O'Hara. A look at legacy she leaves behind coming up. But first, taking a live look outside. This is Orange Beach right now, and you can see the cloud cover out there as we are expecting a really cold front to move in shortly. Happy Friday, y'all. Stay warm and stay safe. We'll be right back with more news. Just some sad news out of Hollywood to report. Emmy Award-winning actress Catherine O'Hara has died. Her death was confirmed by a staff member in her manager's office. O'Hara is best known for her roles in Home Alone, Beetlejuice, and the TV show Schitt's Creek. She also starred in the offbeat comedies Waiting for Guffman and Best in Show. She got her start as an improv comedian in her native homeland of Canada. She was 71 years old, and if you open up social media, so many people are paying tribute to her, talking about her. You can see there that her co-star just offering his condolences as well on social media. Macaulay Culkin there just talking about how she was like a mom to him, a mom on the show, on the movie, and in real life. And it just doesn't seem real. She seems so young, and of course, they're still investigating and we're not quite sure what happened, but just a sad day for sure. So many people are mourning her death.
All right, looking at Mardi Gras Park right now. Still got a tree up, but it is Mardi Gras time in Mobile tonight, and we will be seeing falling temperatures as we go through the night. That's our All-In Credit Union view. We're in a storm tracker alert for Saturday and Sunday. I've designated both days there because we got number 2 Arctic blast coming down. And that will bring in some cold wind chills for your Saturday morning. Wind chills between 5 degrees inland and 15 along the coast. We'll see the wind chills in the upper teens and low 20s, even with the peak warmest part of the day on Saturday. So all day Saturday, temperatures are a struggle, and then Saturday night will be the coldest. So we're worried about the 4 Ps, the pipes. Saturday night is going to be the big night for the pipes. Tonight, kind of a practice night. We're going to start to get colder, but as we get into Saturday night, that's when we're going to have a long duration hard freeze for most of the area. Wind speeds. This is going to be the other element to it. Tomorrow, winds will gust up to around 35 miles an hour, possibly as high as 45 miles an hour near the coast, with wind speeds at about 20 miles an hour sustained tomorrow with air temperatures in the 30s. Here's what that's going to do to the wind chill. If you've got evening plans, we will see the wind chill becoming more of a factor. It will fall into the 30s overnight by 9 p.m. If you're going to the parade and staying out late, just know that it'll feel like the 30s by the end of the evening. Then as we get into Saturday morning, this is where it gets serious. Single-digit wind chills to the north. Grove Hill, we've got a wind chill at 3 tomorrow morning. Monroeville at 5. 10 for Mobile, 7 in Lucedale, and a wind chill of 12. This is tomorrow morning. Now, I know this afternoon it was kind of warm, but tomorrow morning the wind chill, single digits and low teens. Tomorrow afternoon, Senior Bowl, we're predicting a wind chill at 18 for the game. So it's going to be very cold. And looking inland there, we've got wind chills at 17 in Grove Hill, 20 in Atmore. And then as we take it forward into Sunday morning, you can see single-digit wind chills, 6 for Mobile, 7 in Pensacola, 5 in Evergreen. Cold for Sunday morning, too, with the wind chill. Satellite picture looks okay right now to have some scattered clouds. Pretty quiet across the region. There was a low-end chance of an isolated shower today. That has not materialized. And kicking it forward into Saturday morning, if you're traveling north and you get up around Montgomery or Birmingham, you might see a couple of snowflakes in the air tomorrow. Best chance is going to be over northeast Alabama. We're likely going to be partly cloudy to start things out on your Saturday, but we'll watch some of those wrap around clouds, and then Saturday night turning clear and quite cold. Here are the morning temperatures for tomorrow. 20 in Grove Hill, 21 Monroeville, 23 in Evergreen, 24 Atmore, 26 in Mobile, and then you add the wind chill to that. The Panhandle will just be getting down to freezing. The front just sort of rolling in a little later there. And for Senior Bowl, here's what we're predicting. Windy, very cold, 37 with a wind chill between 20 and 25. I may have to tweak that number down again. Our last model just showed 18 for a wind chill there. Winds out of the north 20 to 30 miles per hour plus with gusts. It will be blustery at the Senior Bowl. We've got afternoon Mardi Gras parades tomorrow. Bayport and Mystic DJ Riders 36 degrees, wind chills between 20 and 25. And then for the Pharaohs and the Conde Explorers at 6:30. 29 degrees with wind chills in the teens. One of the coldest Mardi Gras parades in quite some time. Here is what we're seeing going forward, and our Storm Tracker alert continues into Sunday morning. We will be at 20 degrees that morning and then 45 for an afternoon high on Sunday. We do see better weather next week, although we could get some showers midweek on Wednesday. The temperatures will allow things to thaw out a little by midweek.
All right, thank you, Jason. We'll get ready for some new drama. The hit HBO series The White Lotus is shaking things up with a brand new cast for its 4th season. So which big names are heading to France when we come back?
Lexus of Mobile is proud to sponsor the Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and justice for all.
The Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance, sponsored by
cares and fights for you every step of the way. Call or come by anytime. You never need an appointment.
Well, there are some new faces joining the cast of the hit drama The White Lotus. HBO announced the new cast for season 4 Thursday. Actors Helena Bonham Carter and Chris Messina head the list. Others joining the show include model Marissa Long and actors Alexander Ludwig and Steve Coogan. Previous seasons have been set in Hawaii, Italy, and Thailand. Season 4 is going to take place in France. Filming is expected to start in April, and it will continue through the end of October. I watched the first season and a half of the show. It's different. I kept waiting. The music makes you think like there's this huge buildup and something crazy is about to happen, and it kind of does. I don't know. I kind of wanted more from this show, but many people love it. Many people I work with here love it. So if you haven't checked it out, it sounds like it's going to be a good cast this season. The 68th Annual Grammy Awards show is set to take place in Los Angeles Sunday. Kendrick Lamar leads the field with 9 nominations, and they include Album, Record, and Song of the Year. Bad Bunny also is up for those 3 awards, a first for a Spanish-speaking artist. Academy membership is more diverse than in the past after an effort to invite more women and people of color. Well, there's a new Super Mario Brothers movie heading to theaters soon. Rick Damigella has a preview along with video game news from Hollywood.
Hey. It's all right.
Yoshi is ready for his close-up. Teased at the end of the original Super Mario Brothers movie, Mario's dinosaur companion looks to be a central part of the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
So some dinosaur just shows up and he's now part of the group. Cool.
The Super Mario Galaxy movie jumps into theaters April 1st. Welcome to Umami Grove. The VR game drops players into a world where they can explore their environment, gather ingredients, and cook them. Previously available via Steam, Umami Grove is out now for PlayStation VR 2.
All I ever wanted was to touch eternity for an instant.
There is serious climbing to experience in Cairn. If you've ever wanted to try free solo climbing without worrying about the effects of gravity, Cairn is playable now on PC and PlayStation 5. Leveling up in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Well, next up, we're going to take a look at those big breaking stories that are headlining your news at 5. And then this.
Being able to give back to the community, the folks that are unable to come and attend Mardi Gras, to bring Mardi Gras to them so they can have a good experience.
We love to see it. Your Mardi Gras coverage is continuing, and one local organization making sure everyone gets in on the fun. Find out why this tradition means just so much to everyone involved. That story is next, but first, Jason.
We got cold weather on the way. It's not quite here yet, but it will be here by tomorrow morning. I'll have more on what we're expecting and look at some parades too in your forecast coming up.
Long and I won big.
I went long and I won big.
Call Long and Long.
Committed to you. This is Fox 10 News.
Welcome back. We want to get you caught up on what we are working on for your most local news at 5. It is the first night of Mardi Gras in Mobile. Many people are going to be out celebrating. Tonight, a Mobile County mother has a stark reminder of the dangers of drinking and driving. Plus, the former operations manager of the Pritchard Water Works and Sewer Board pleads guilty to embezzlement charges. What else we're learning in court. And tomorrow is the Senior Bowl game. How those playing are showing they can compete at the highest level. We'll have those stories and more in less than 30 minutes from now on Fox 10 News at 5.
All right, taking a look at the Admiral Cam here, sponsored by Eastern Shore Toyota Hyundai. We are looking at a good flow of travel coming in and out of the Wallace Tunnel right there, and roadways are dry. Here's what we're tracking on our Fox 10 weather app. Couple of things at the top of the app. You'll see 2 alerts. One is for an extreme cold warning that starts late tonight and runs through Sunday lunchtime. It's going to be the cold weekend thing getting going for us. We're concerned about the pipes, especially Saturday night. Got a wind advisory too, and then have an update on those wind chills that are expected in the forecast area. They could be in the single digits. Look at our lows tomorrow morning. So yeah, this afternoon we got close to 60, but tomorrow morning we're going to be at 20 in Grove Hill. We're going to be at 25 in Bay Minette. We're going to be at 28 in Gulf Shores and 24 in Mobile. And then you add in the wind chill, it's going to feel like the single digits to about 15 with that wind chill. And the wind chill is not going to improve much through the day tomorrow. So in Pensacola, this is a look at our afternoon temperatures. Mid-30s and very windy. Those are wind icons right there. 23 miles an hour out of the northwest predicted with that wind. In Mobile, windy, 35 with winds out of the north at 20. It's going to be frigid for afternoon Mardi Gras parades for Senior Bowl. Very, very cold. Wind chills in the teens into the afternoon tomorrow. As far as precipitation, we don't expect much in the forecast area. We could see some clouds around this evening. And then later tonight, we will clear with the exception of areas up Interstate 65. May see a little low cloud cover early tomorrow morning. And interestingly enough, the Futurecast is showing a few flurries up towards Montgomery and Greenville. We don't expect anything significant or anything really in our area, but that just shows you how cold it's going to be. The Condies tonight, start of the parade at 49, but by say 7:30, 8 o'clock, we're going to have a wind chill in the 30s. Air temperatures going to be dropping into the low 40s. So it gets cold for the late part of the parade. Definitely want to bring extra layers if you're going to be spending a little bit of time downtown tonight. And looking at what's ahead with our forecast, down to 18 on Sunday morning. That's going to be the coldest morning there. Most concerned about the pipes. Still very cold on Monday morning at 25, and then we pull out of this by Tuesday and Wednesday. So buckle up, get ready. Cold weekend, highs only in the 30s and 40s, lows in the 20s and teens, and a lot of wind to go with it, especially on Saturday.
Well, we're just about 2 hours.
Before they bring the party to downtown Mobile, the Condy Cavaliers work to bring the party to those who can't make it. They made their yearly stops to see some friends at Mobile Nursing and Rehab, the Learning Center, Augusta Evans, United Cerebral Palsy, and Little Sisters of the Poor.
Done this trip several years, and I've tried not to miss it, and this is one of my favorite spots.
They came with their own band to celebrate with beads and other classic throws. For our friends at UCP and Augusta Evans, they were glad to see them.
Being able to give back to the community, the folks that are unable to come and attend Mardi Gras, to bring Mardi Gras to them so they can have a good experience. It brings a lot of joy to us to be able to come see these kids, come see the older folks that cannot make it down there. It really pulls at our heartstrings.
Our students have been talking about it all week. We call it their Condy Ready. It's Condy Day at Augusta Evans. And so it just makes our students happy, the staff happy, and kind of kicks off Mardi Gras.
This is a great way for everyone to join in on what's sure to be a fantastic Mardi Gras season, and they're ready to let the good times roll. We've been all week,
Working down at the float barn, finishing up the floats, getting things loaded up. This is, to us, this is like this is our Super Bowl.
Stephen Moody, Fox 10 News.
Okay, we want to make sure you are ready for Mardi Gras. We've got our free Fox 10 Float Tracker app. Download it right now. It's going to let you know where the start of the parade is at any time. You'll also find parade routes, a schedule, and weather forecast. The Fox 10 Float Tracker app is available right now, and you can find it in the Apple app and Google Play stores. And if you can't make it to the parades, no worries. We're going to be streaming them on the Gulfstream app, which you can download on your Samsung, Apple, Roku, or Amazon TV. That's going to continue all the way up until Fat Tuesday. Well, let's look at news for your health now. New research suggests genetics could play a greater role in how long you live than what was previously thought. A new study says a person's genes could determine up to half of their longevity. Previous estimates say genetics contributed from 6% to 33% of a person's lifespan. However, researchers are now saying many of these studies did not consider deaths caused by external factors such as injuries, infectious diseases, or environmental conditions. This new approach allowed scientists to get a more accurate estimate of the effects of genetics on lifespan. The researchers emphasize that lifestyle choices like diet and exercise still contribute to a long and healthy life. A California mother is sounding the alarm about popular GLP-1 drugs after her child accidentally overdosed, and there was very little doctors could do. 7-year-old Jessa had watched her mom inject the medicine, so when she had a stomach ache, she copied what she saw. She reached into the refrigerator and injected herself with a powerful GLP-1 drug, Mounjaro. Within hours, she started vomiting and growing dangerously weak. Poison Control told her mother there was little doctors could do other than wait it out, and that's because there's no way to reverse a GLP-1 overdose. Jessa vomited for days and became severely dehydrated. She had to be hospitalized twice and placed on IV fluids as the drug slowly left her system. She eventually recovered. Her mother says she now locks the medication inside the refrigerator. California Poison Control reports overdose calls involving GLP-1s have more than tripled since 2021. Most cases involve adults unintentionally taking too much of the drug. It's a problem that affects millions of people in the U.S. Oral pain can impact quality of life and lead to bigger health problems later on. But experts say many people dismiss their symptoms. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither explains why you should never ignore tooth pain.
You use it to eat and talk, but having a healthy mouth is worth much more than just a pretty smile.
It's about an investment in your overall health and well-being.
Dr. Stephen Katz with the American Association of Endodontists says patients don't often realize that oral health plays a big role in overall health.
If you have healthy teeth, that you can improve your cardiovascular health, you can reduce your risk of diabetes, and you can improve your cognitive function as you age.
Despite those reasons, officials say oral health in U.S. adults hasn't changed much the past 2 decades. About 90% of adults between the ages of 20 to 64 have some tooth decay, and nearly half of adults between 45 and 64 years of age have gum disease. Some may dismiss tooth pain due to lack of insurance, as about 1 in 4 working age adults don't have it. Others may dread getting care. About 1 in 5 adults have moderate to high dental fear and anxiety.
The fact that people say that root canals are painful is really a myth.
Katz says new techniques, advanced technologies, and improved local anesthesia now make the procedure pain-free, quick, and easy.
If you need a root canal, don't be hesitant to go.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
A lake turns frozen and then it turns green. And a burst pipe turns a parked van into a popsicle. Check it out. It's all coming up in today's Take a Look at This next.
Stay connected, stay safe with Fox 10 Storm Tracker weather. All right, here's what we're seeing with our wind chill values as we're looking at the forecast for this evening. And by 9 o'clock tonight, we'll start to feel the leading edge of this colder air, but it's just not going to be here right off the bat tonight. It's going to happen late tonight and early tomorrow morning. To take a little time for the colder air to get in place, but I do expect by 9 o'clock that we'll have wind chills in the upper 30s in Mobile and Bay Minette, 36 with the wind chill in Atmore. So we're starting to feel it. Then Saturday morning, you know, this is going to catch a lot of people by surprise, just how cold it is after hitting 60 degrees today into the afternoon. But in Mobile tomorrow morning, a wind chill of 10, 11 for the wind chill in Fairhope, and 12 in Pensacola with single-digit wind chills to the north. We've got wind chills as low as 3 degrees for tomorrow morning early in Clark County. And then as we go into the afternoon tomorrow, it looks like the temperatures and the wind chills are going to struggle a lot. We've got a wind chill around 18 for 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow in Mobile. So to feel like 21 in Pensacola and 22 in Gulf Shores. As we head forward into Sunday, our wind chills stay in the single digits for just about everyone. The wind will be a little lighter on Sunday, but the air temperatures will be in the teens, so it's not going to take much to get the wind chill down into the single digits. If you're thinking about going to Senior Bowl on Saturday, just know you got to wear your warmest stuff for that one. 35 degrees will be the temperature at the game with wind chills between 17 and 22. We've got winds out of the north-northwest between 20 and 30 miles an hour with higher gusts, so it's going to be very cold at Senior Bowl. We've got a couple of afternoon parades too to talk about. The Bayport Parading Society and the Mystic DJ Riders, 36 degrees. That's a 2 o'clock parade. Wind chills between 18 and 22 for that one. And then at 6:30, the Pharaohs and the Conde Explorers, wind chills between 13 and 17 with an air temperature below freezing at 29. So you're going to have some really tough weather this weekend. It gets a little better on Sunday after a very cold start at 18. We will be up to 44 by Sunday afternoon, 25 Sunday night, and then that may do it with the freezing temperatures at night for a little while. Temperatures will moderate a lot, and hey, we could be up into the mid 60s by Tuesday in the extended forecast. Shelby.
All right, I'm ready for some 60s after all this talk of the cold. Well, the Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach, California opens its sea turtle rehabilitation exhibit to the public. Visitors can now watch sick and injured turtles receive care. The first turtle there is green that's missing a flipper. The turtle was rescued from the San Gabriel River. The flipper was surgically removed after it was caught in a fishing line and became infected. A study of a lake that turned frozen and then turned green reveals some troubling suggestions as the possible cause. Jeremy Roth explains in today's Take a Look at This.
A frozen lake that turned a bizarre shade of green may be a surreal sight for winter-weary eyes, but scientists say it could point to causes more concerning. Newly released images of Lake Lipno, located in the Czech Republic, were shared online by the Biology Center of the Czech Academy of Sciences, which says the water's crazy color is due to a toxic blue-green algae called cyanobacteria blooms, which typically occur during the summer but usually clear up by autumn. However, the scientists believe weeks of persistent sunshine and calm weather allowed the bacterial biomass to linger to the end of the year. And while the catalyst may be natural, the suspected causes are not so much. Researchers suggest industrial activities, agricultural runoff, municipal waste, and other human-led activities could be driving the algae. If there's a silver lining to the lake's mossy lining, there are very few scientific records of this under-ice phenomenon worldwide, which means Lake Lipno will rank among the best documented cases globally, and that should make other hydrobiologists green with envy. Another body of water had a very strange green sheen on its surface, but this one was very purposeful. Video of a live alligator straight chillin' in some frozen water was shared on Facebook by the Gator Country Adventure Park in Beaumont, Texas. KHOU reports the reptile's stagnant state is called brumation, where it slows its heart rate way down, allowing it to ride out the freezing temps just below the surface. Finally, a van in New York City found itself in an unnatural frozen state after a pipe in the Bronx burst, causing a frigid waterfall that ended up encasing the vehicle in ice. Crews were seen doing their best to dig out and thaw out the giant ice cube on wheels. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
All right, Friday afternoon traffic starting to slow down a little bit. You can see the cars putting on their brakes as they're going from Daphne towards Mobile, and that shows up in our traffic tracker here. We've got a little bit of orange right there. That's that slow spot on the Bayway westbound. Eastbound looks fine. The tunnels are good, and I-65 looks okay right now. And then as we head across Baldwin County, things look pretty good here. A lot of green on the map. We get over into Pensacola, and you can see it slows down a little bit westbound on I-10. Otherwise looking good. Just a lot of congestion with some of the in-town streets. It's a busy time of the day on the roads. We're going to check traffic again on Fox 10 News at 5.
All right, Jason, thank you. If you're looking to get your lover something unique, just in time for Valentine's Day, Longhorn Steakhouse is entering the jewelry business. The restaurant chain launching limited edition steak commitment rings, handcrafted with real Longhorn steak and seasoning. The stones are designed to match your preferred doneness, so rare to well done. The rings go on sale February 4th for $50 and include free shipping. I don't know, the rings kind of look cool, but the thought of having real steak and salt, seasoning, whatever, inside of a ring, how does that work? Is there a preservative in there keeping it, you know, preserved? But if I had to pick, I like my steak probably about medium. Jason, what about you? How do you like your steak?
Medium.
Medium, okay. We're in the same boat there. But, you know, steak is good almost anyway, as long as it has good seasonings on it, in my opinion. No judgment, however you like it cooked. All right, coming up, she's only 5 years old, but this local Girl Scout is being called a hero. You won't believe what this little lifesaver did. It's when we come back.
And if your morning calls for something sweet, try our new caramel and chocolate craze flavors. Gotta have a wow.
It is Girl Scout cookie season, and the St. Louis area, you could be ordering yours from a real-life hero. Steve Harris introduces us to a 5-year-old who used her Girl Scout training to save her mom's life.
And my name is Sarah Grace.
5-year-old Sarah Grace Brenner loves cats.
Cat pillows, cat bed, cat pajamas.
Just check out her room.
Too much kitty stuff.
And this kindergartner knows her letters.
S-A-R-A-H.
And her numbers.
1, 2, 3.
Even though she can't reach the sink.
I can reach the sink, just not the soap.
Sorry, my mistake. Hey, she's one smart cookie.
These are the popular ones.
Did I mention she's a Daisy Girl Scout? Her mom, Lindsay, is the troop leader.
We had just learned in our last Daisy meeting about calling 911 and how to recognize what an emergency situation looks like.
It was a lesson Sarah Grace would use only days later. Lindsay had gotten the kids off the bus.
Walked over here and I said, hey guys, does anyone want a snack? And at that point, I felt really bad and I just fell on the ground.
Right in front of the couch.
Right in front of the couch, right here. I'm laying right here.
Turns out she was having a heart attack. So Sarah Grace sprang into action.
I heard her say, Mommy needs help now.
She ran upstairs and told her dad, and then took care of Mom.
She rolls me on my side. She propped me up with pillows. She went and got our blood pressure cuff and she held my hand and she helped me count my breathing. And she said, Mommy, you're gonna be all right.
Lindsay was taken to the hospital where she recovered. And when the Girl Scouts heard about what Sarah Grace had done, they gave her the Medal of Honor.
Stephen, heroes is people that do what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, regardless of the challenges, regardless of the circumstances, and she did it.
Because had she not been there that day, her mom might not be here today.
It's safe to say, yes.
Those are the popular ones.
I want the popular ones. Oh, and in case you're wondering, here's some money. I did buy some Girl Scout cookies. Steve Harris, First Alert.